Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm very excited to show you guys something I've been working on for a few weeks now. It's my very own Lego castle chess set. Let's take a look at how I made it. I knew I wanted this chessboard to be big, so I grabbed this 48x48 stud base plate, and since a regular chessboard has 64 squares, these 6x6 stud plates will fit perfectly onto it. And I wanted each square to have a smooth and polished finish, so I covered them all with tiles, but I left a small gap here for a 2x2 modified plate. That's going to be the attachment point for the chess pieces. Here's a look at them, and now it's time to make the rest. This part took a bit of time, and I had to work with the pieces I had in my collection, so not everyone matches perfectly, but that's something I might refine later on. And here it is, the complete board. I'm really happy with how it's turned out, but of course it's still missing the chess pieces. The pieces are made up of two armies, our heroes, the Black Falcons, and their opponents, the Fearsome Orcs. We're going to take a look at the Black Falcons first. Each figure in this set is placed upon a base, with its design reflecting the piece type. For our pawns, they all share the same base, and there's 8 in total, split into 4 regiments, with 2 figures each. First up, we have our spearmen, equipped with kettle helms, shoulder armour, and that classic Black Falcon shield. Next up, we have our 2 crossbowmen. They have pointed nasal helms and carry quivers on their backs. Our third pair share a similar look to the spearmen, but they're wielding halberds instead. And finally, we have 2 Black Falcon soldiers. They're wearing silver bucket helms and are each armed with a long sword and a shield. Now moving on to our second row of figures, we're going to start with the rooks. I made these simple but effective watchtower style structures. I wanted them to be taller than the other pieces, and they each have an archer stationed at the top. The archers use these blue hoods from the Horse Knight Castle set, which personally I think looks better on the Black Falcons. Next up, we have the knights. Traditionally in a chess set, knights are represented by horses, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to include some cavalry in this Black Falcon army. Each knight is mounted on a horse, which I've decorated with some Black Falcon barding, and the knights have their own helmet for a bit of variety. The bases use these hinge pieces to create a tilted charging pose. I took some inspiration from the Enchanted Wizard's chess scene in the Harry Potter and Philosopher's Stone movie. And now for the bishops, I wanted a bit of character for these guys. The first is a priest. He's easily recognisable by his brown robes, which I did borrow from my Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigure. For the second bishop, I created this wizard character. He's a close friend and advisor to the king. He wears these dark blue robes and has his long grey hair tied up in a bun. He also wields a staff, which he uses for both magic and healing. And finally, we have the royal pair, the king and queen. Both of their bases are taller and have different sloped edges to help distinguish them from the other pieces. For the queen, I used this torso and leg combo from a Nia figure in Ninjago. I love the armour and fur we see on it. It really gives her that warrior queen feel. And for the king, I used an old Lion Knight's torso and legs. I really like the detailed printing we see on it here, especially the crown necklace. And that's all of our Black Falcon figures. This army is united and ready for battle. But every kingdom has its enemy, and the orcs have gathered and they are hungry for war. I had a lot of fun making this orc faction. They're each made up of a mixture of different pieces from many different themes, and I enjoyed being more creative when putting these guys together. Their bases are designed to resemble wooden platforms from the orc strongholds, which nicely contrast the stone bases of the falcons. For their pawns, I followed a similar structure to the Black Falcons. We have 2 orcs equipped with these large clubs and 2 with spears. The remaining 4 are carrying different weapons and accessories. Next up, we have the rooks, which again are these tall watchtower structures with archers on top, but these orcs use longbows for that extra power. For the knights, I mounted them on these awesome skeleton horses. Lego really needs to start using these again in more sets, and I used the same hinge technique in the bases to allow for that dynamic pose. The bishop pieces are these 2 heavily armoured orc warriors. I've used the Lord of the Rings Uruk-hai helmets and breastplates, along with some of my favourite orc shields from my collection. And now for our final 2 figures of this set, we have the Orc King and Queen. For their bases, I used these white fang parts to look like pieces of bone, and I think it ties the design together really well. The Queen uses the head and torso from this Medusa minifigure, which nicely matches the Orc skin tone. I'm hoping one day Lego will make an official female Orc, but this one will do for now. As for the King, most of his parts come from the Orc CMF figure. I love this big jaw piece Lego made, it's too good not to use. And for his hair, I decided to go with this braid piece in dark grey, and I've added a custom fur cape to complete the look. And for his weapon, I gave him this serrated sword, which is a piece you can actually find in Ninjago sets of all places. The skull handguard makes it feel right at home with the orcs. And here's a look at my entire Lego chess set. This was such a fun build, and I really hope you all love it as much as I do. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to give it a like, share it with your friends, and let me know down in the comments if there's anything you think I missed. I might make a part 2 in the future with some upgrades and improvements. If you're new to this channel, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. There are plenty more castle themed videos on the way, and you definitely don't want to miss them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.